Hello Year 8, welcome to a tutorial about plant cells and plant leaves. This is Mr. Broadhead. So we'll start off by looking at a plant cell. Now you'll notice the shape is quite different to the animal cell that you will have done last year. So the animal cell was more spherical, so like football type shape, and the plant cell is more boxy, and you'll see why shortly. If we just look at the diagram, and don't forget you can pause this at any point to copy the diagram down and label the diagram, you'll notice that there's three more labels than actually when we labeled the animal cell. So the three new ones are the chloroplast, the large vacuole, and the cell wall. Everything else, every other label there, is identical to that of the animal cell. So let's go and have a look at what each part actually does. So the nucleus, same as the animal cell. This is where we find all the genetic material, or the DNA, and it controls all of the activities inside the cell. The mitochondria, same as the animal cell. This is where a chemical reaction called respiration takes place, and cells actually make their energy. Cytoplasm, same as the animal cell. It's a jelly-like substance which fills the cell, and this is where the chemical reactions take place. And the other one, which is exactly the same as the animal cell, is the ribosomes. This is where protein synthesis takes place. So proteins are actually put back together, or made. The new ones, cell membrane, is the same as the animal cell. It surrounds the cytoplasm, so it goes around the outside of the cytoplasm, and it controls what goes into and out of the cell. So the new ones for the plant cell, first of all, we have the cell wall. So this is on the outside of the cell membrane, and this gives the cell strength and support, so it helps it keep that boxy shape. They've got chloroplasts as well. This contains a green pigment called chlorophyll. So this gives the plant its green colour, and it helps to trap sunlight for the chemical reaction of photosynthesis. And this is where plants make their own glucose. And they also have a large vacuole. So this stores cell sap and additional water, and it helps keep the shape and support for the cell. So let's move on now and have a look at the leaf. So leaves are the plant's organs, and they're adapted to increase the rate of diffusion, so the speed at which gases go in and out for photosynthesis, whilst minimizing the rate of water loss, because water to a plant is very, very precious. They need water and carbon dioxide to photosynthesize. So we've got a waterproof top layer to reduce water loss. We've got a large surface area for diffusion. We've got internal air spaces to allow gases to reach the different cells for photosynthesis to take place. And we've got thin leaves that minimize the distance that these gases have to travel for photosynthesis. And we've got guard cells on the underside of the leaf, which open and close. They regulate or control the water loss through holes in the bottom of the leaf by opening and closing. This is also where the carbon dioxide will enter the leaf for photosynthesis. So this is a cross-section, another diagram. Just a little bit more detail. So on the right-hand side of the diagram, we've still got those labels for the animal cell. And on the left, you can see we've got the cuticle on top of the leaf. So that was the waxy cuticle off the last one. And then underneath that, we have an upper epidermis. Underneath that, we have a layer of palisade cells. So that's the cell that we've just looked at, the labels of, and this is where the vast majority of photosynthesis will take place. So these cells are packed full of chloroplasts. Under that, we've got spongy mesophyll. So this is the where we've got lots of air spaces, okay, for gases to diffuse. Under that, we've got a lower epidermis. And then under that, we've got a cuticle. And you'll also notice the guard cells there, which control the opening. And the opening is called a stoma, or stomata for plural. Now this is a real cross-section through a leaf. So you can see the exact same structures again. On the top of the leaf, we've got the cuticle, so the waxy cuticle, nice waterproof layer. We've got the epidermis just under that. And then we've got the palisade cells. So these are the main cells involved in photosynthesis. So these are the cells that have the vast majority of chloroplasts. And then we've got the spongy mesophyll. So this is the part where we've got air spaces that gases can diffuse. And then we've got veins there. Now the veins will be made up of two different types of tubes. We've got the xylem and the phloem. The xylem will transport water around the plant for photosynthesis, and the xylem will transport, and the phloem will transport any sugars that's produced during photosynthesis, transport it around the plant. And that's the end of our first tutorial about plant cells and leaf structure.